this is Kazu from Japan. Thank you for coming to my channel today. Before we're gonna get into my video today, let me ask one question to you guys. Do you remember what happened 75 years ago today? Anyone? Yes, today is the day when the World War II ended. It's been 75 years. So the day that US dropped atomic bomb in Hiroshima was August 6th, and the day that US dropped atomic bomb in Nagasaki was August 9th.
I instantly recognized it as an American plane, as no Japanese aircraft could fly at that altitude at the time. It was just one plane, so I assumed that it was passing by as usual.
After falling for 43 seconds, the time and barometric triggers started the firing mechanism. A uranium bullet fired down a barrel into a uranium target. Together, they started a nuclear chain reaction. Solid matter began to come apart, releasing untold quantities of energy.
I want you to guys take a look of this figure right here. So according to the survey in 2015, which is kind of the old data, but this data freaked me out. Because as you can see, this shows how many Japanese people know the fact that the nuclear bomb was dropped in Hiroshima. Only 30% of Japanese people know this fact. And then another figure right here. As you can see, roughly like 25% of Japanese people know this fact that atomic bomb was dropped in Nagasaki. Also, I want you guys to watch this video. This is a video from Nobita-san. He offered a bunch of information regarding Japan. So if you are interested in Japan, please subscribe to his channel. So this is about how much Japanese people knows about World War II. Anyway, a lot of people do not know this fact. So I thought it's pretty important to keep this fact in our mind as a human being living on this planet together. We all in this together, right? Today, I will be reacting to this video, why the US dropped atomic bomb in Japan. So let's get started.
In August 1945, the United States dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japan, killing as many as 135,000 people, mostly civilians. The devastation and fallout also led to severe health problems for survivors and their children and decimated civilian communities. So why exactly did the United States drop nuclear weapons on Japan? Well, in the years leading up to the bombing, World War II was in full swing. On one side were the Allies, consisting of the US, the UK, and a number of mostly European countries. On the other were the Axis powers, Germany, Italy, and Japan. The catalyst for direct confrontation between the US and Japan happened on December 7, 1941. At the time, Japan had begun advancing their fleet into the Central and Southwest Pacific, which included US territory in the Philippines. Japan intended to neutralize the threat of US force by bombing their Pacific fleet at Pearl Harbor. The surprise attack didn't disable the US's Navy, but it did immediately result in a formal declaration of war on Japan. Fast forward to 1945, Italy had already surrendered and the Allies were invading the German capital. On April 30th, Adolf Hitler committed suicide, and by May, Germany surrendered. But Japan refused to surrender and continued to fight unabated. Now, with all eyes on Japan, the Allies needed to figure out how to end the war and prevent further casualties. The first plan was to conduct an all-out invasion of the Japanese mainland in what was called Operation Downfall. However, Japan's unique geography meant there was really only one predictable invasion entry point. A preliminary study determined that as many as 280,000 people would die in the invasion. In July, the Allies called for Japan to surrender, promising to bring prompt and utter destruction if they refused. Japan ignored their request. Seemingly left with no better options, the decision was made by the US and the UK to drop the secret atomic bomb on one of Japan's industrial and military strongholds, Hiroshima. It was also noted by US officials that the bomb would be a significant display of power in post-war relations with the Soviet Union. On August 6, 1945, a bomber plane dropped the 15-kiloton bomb, killing 30% of Hiroshima's population almost instantly. In the following days, the Allies again called for Japan's surrender, warning of further destruction if they refused. Japan did not respond, but by early morning Moscow time on August 9th, the Soviet Union surprised Japan by declaring war and invading a Japanese-held city. This shook Japanese officials, who did not expect the Soviets to violate their neutrality agreement. It also removed a huge assurance for Japan that the Allies would not be able to easily invade them by land. Several hours later, the US dropped another atomic bomb, this time in Nagasaki, killing as many as 75,000 people. After 6 days of deliberations, Japan officially announced their unconditional surrender on August 15th, finally ending World War II. Today, the lasting effects of the bombings can still be seen throughout the two cities. Despite repairing the physical damage and rebuilding the relationship between the US and Japan, the events continue to weigh heavily in both countries' histories. Over the past 70 years, the moral excuse for dropping nuclear weapons has been widely challenged and debated.
Alright, how was the video? I didn't know this fact that even though Germany and Italy surrendered, Japan did not surrender. And I know that Japan is the one who attacked the US in Pearl Harbor first. But as you guys already know, nuclear bomb is really destructive and dangerous. Of course, there's the pros and the cons, so I'm not against your opinion. But my main message, we all in this together, and we have to respect each other, and we all have to pray for world peace. It's a history, so it's already happened, so we can't change anything in the past. I think thanks to technology development, out of countries possibly can create some more dangerous arms, weapons. We all in this together, so we should pray for world peace. That's the main point. In Japan, most of Japanese elementary schoolers visit Hiroshima or Nagasaki. We make thousands of crayons like this, and then pray for victims and world peace as well. Thank you for watching. I have one question for you all. What is the peace for you?